So, bom dia, good morning. It is good morning to all. Very special greetings on this beautiful spring morning to Mayor Eduardo Paes of Rio and his talented team that accompanies him here today. Bem-vindos, senhor prefeito, bem-vindos a todos que vieram da cidade maravilhosa ao Big Apple. É um prazer tê-los todos conosco hoje, verdadeiro prazer. My name is Tom Trebat, and I'm the director of the Columbia Global Center in Rio, one of the 8 Columbia Global Centers in the world directed by Professor Safwan Masri. This Rio Global Center was born in 2013. Mayor Paes was with us then. Born of a vision of Columbia President Lee Bollinger and brought into existence through the efforts of Provost John H. Coatsworth, who joins us here today as well. We are gathered to witness the signing of a brief document, very small one, the words of which describe the seeds of a transformative undertaking between the citizens of Rio de Janeiro, here represented by their highest elected official, Eduardo Paes, and the community of faculty, students, and administration of Columbia University, which each of you seated here before me represent so well. The city of Rio de Janeiro is creating a Rio Innovation Hub that will engage in research, scholarly, and community service activities focused on local, regional, and global challenges that impact human development in the city and beyond. Research themes, you'll be hearing more about them, will include smart cities, sustainability, personalized medicine, advanced materials, water quality, and data science and engineering, but with human development being always and everywhere the primary goal of this activity. The Global Center in Rio, the Columbia Global Center, will lend its services as an intermediary, as a platform, to involve interested faculty, researchers, and staff, and students from the university drawn from its engineering, international and public affairs, business, architecture, and public health schools, among others. 2 deans of Columbia schools, also rare to get 2 deans in the room, in one room at the same time. 2 deans of Columbia schools also honor us with their presence today. Dean Mary Janow of our host institution, SEPA, and Dean Mary Boyce of the School of Engineering and Applied Sciences. Welcome to each of you. Thank you for being with us. They, my colleagues, will tell you much more about Columbia's hopes and dreams in participating alongside the city of Rio in the launch of this Innovation Hub. I will call each of our honored participants to the podium now for a few minutes and then retreat to the role of moderator, but I'll call each of them in order to address you for just a few moments prior to the main event today, which would be the signing of our Memorandum of Understanding. I'd like to start them by calling on our host for this event, and the host, by the way, of tonight's Global Leadership Awards Gala event, where the mayor will also be honored, Dean Mary Janow of SEPA. Welcome, Mary.
Well, good morning, and thank you very much, Tom, for that warm welcome, and also for your leadership of the Columbia Global Center in Rio de Janeiro. You know, the center really does important work to strengthen Colombia's engagement with Brazil on a variety of fronts, and we're enormously grateful for your leadership. It's home for SEPA, of our global executive master's program. It's our first hybrid program, online and in person, that convenes regularly at the center. And Tom has really played a fantastic role in helping to bring that to life. But our connections as a university and SEPA to Brazil are really deep, and it's a relationship that we're enormously proud of, and I think will continue to only get deeper. We have numerous scholars at SEPA and across Columbia that study Brazil. We have a new chair in contemporary Brazil that we are now in the midst of the search of. We're honored to have Lehman Fellows starting, and now a big cohort growing every year at SEPA, and of course our own Provost John Coatsworth, a great scholar of Brazil and previous dean. We host an annual conference, a BRIC conference that focuses on Brazil. And tonight at SEPA's annual gala, I'm really just thrilled that we have the chance to honor Mayor Paes, a dynamic mayor, a real leader among mayors in the world, that is addressing in a very complex environment the challenges of urbanization. That's a model really that all are watching. So it's a great pleasure to welcome you here this morning. As you know, he has made significant transformations in the city of Rio. He's also taken on a global role as chair of the C40 Climate Leadership Group, and we will be recognizing him tonight for his achievements. Now, the memorandum of understanding that he's about to enter into with Columbia University is yet another example, an extraordinary one, of how Columbia is committed to developing innovative solutions to significant public policy challenges associated with urbanization and economic development. And I am really very, very pleased to welcome Dean Mary Boyce of the School of Engineering to give some remarks and to tell us about this innovation hub that she has spearheaded. But it's an indication of the kind of creativity that Columbia is committed to, and I'm really hoping that we can find more and more ways of collaborating across the university when great schools like engineering take the lead on such an important initiative. So thank you, welcome, and thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much, Mary, to you and your leadership, and best wishes today. It's a very busy one, I know, for you, and a very important one for SIPA. Few Columbia schools have been so committed to the Rio Innovation Hub and to Rio and to globalization as SEAS, our School of Engineering and Applied Sciences, which this year hosts, quantos estão aqui, hosts an enormous number of Brazilian students who have come to Columbia through the Ciências Sem Fronteiras. Agora, estou correndo certo risco, mas quantos são desse programa? How many students do we have? Thank you. I hope you're enjoying your time in Columbia. You'll talk to the mayor about all you're learning in engineering. Sejam todos bem-vindos. So they brought it in an enormous contingent. We have Brazil really bombando, as we say here at the School of Engineering. You've brought a lot of life, and as well as your own talents to this university. And we owe it all to Dean Mary Boyce, and I'd like Dean Mary Boyce of Engineering to address us now for a few moments.
Thank you, Tom, and good morning, everyone. It's really wonderful to have so many come and celebrate this signing ceremony here today. I want to also particularly thank Merit for hosting us here at SIPA with all the wonderful views and really celebrating this collaboration across Columbia with the city of Rio de Janeiro. The Rio Columbia Innovation Hub is designed to be an international collaboration between Columbia University and Rio. But it's also designed to be a truly inter-school, cross-school, cross-university collaboration here at Columbia. We're thrilled to have leadership, faculty, students, and staff from SIPA, from engineering, and from the global centers all here to join with our new partners from Rio to celebrate the beginning and the launching of this exciting new venture. Mayor Paes, it's really wonderful to see you here at Columbia. When we visited you back in March in Rio, we were impressed with the technology, the innovation, the entire ecosystem that already exists in Rio, and that has expanded under your leadership, and the great opportunities that will now happen with the establishment of the Rio Columbia University Innovation Hub. This is going to bring new innovative technology-based solutions to critical issues facing cities, and to transform lives both locally and globally using truly interdisciplinary approaches. We have a number of topics that we share and challenges that we share in New York City, in Rio, and across the globe. Tom mentioned that our focus will be on everything from smart cities to clean water to sanitation to precision medicine to data science. The scope is large, and of course we will focus in on particular ones as we move through the program. Provost Coatsworth, you're going to tell us how this all got started a few years ago, and I won't steal your thunder there. But I do want to thank you for really initiating this partnership and connecting us with the City of Rio, with the global centers, and to really spearhead this new model of innovation in the global centers and focus on Rio and Columbia University's collaboration. And finally, I also want to acknowledge Tom Trebat. He has really spearheaded Columbia's efforts in Rio. His staff worked tirelessly to ensure our presence in Rio and to really make it productive and successful for both the city of Rio de Janeiro and the university here, for Columbia University, and for all of the schools across Columbia, our faculty and our students. As I mentioned, Vice Dean Shifu Cheng, also here, and I had an opportunity to visit Rio just about a month ago. We met with the mayor and his staff, and we took a tour of the internationally recognized operations center that uses advanced technology to keep things moving in the city. This is a city known for its challenging combination of topography, traffic, and flooding, amongst other things. Its motto is, because Rio de Janeiro cannot stop. That was abundantly clear during last year's World Cup, and also will be more abundantly clear as they host the Olympics. At the local federal university in Rio, UFRJ, we met with top-notch researchers and faculty and entrepreneurial students. Those students were starting innovative new companies. This talent, the energy, the enthusiasm of the faculty and the students really parallel that here at Columbia. And this is going to form the foundation of an incredible partnership going forward. And we're really excited about these new colleagues and how this is really going to expand our impact here at Columbia, but also the impact of faculty and students from UFRJ. We also met with industry leaders who have made a big commitment to Rio, establishing world-class research labs in the Science and Technology Park that neighbors UFRJ. They're interested in attracting the kind of talent that comes out of great universities like Columbia and like UFRJ, and having that talent come to Rio and really establish Rio as a technology hub. I know that many of the students here today from Brazil, who we've been so pleased to host here at Columbia, will be going back to Brazil at some point. And we know that you're going to be the foundation of this ecosystem, this technology ecosystem moving forward that's really going to further propel Rio. Because we are action-oriented, one of the first activities that we will be planning in this Rio Columbia University Innovation Hub is a design challenge. A design challenge that will bring together students, faculty from both Columbia and from Rio, together with industry partners and city partners to address a challenge that is of shared interest. Some of you may know about the recent design challenge, very interdisciplinary design challenge that SEAS hosted here at Columbia with other schools, and this was to address critical issues in the Ebola crisis of Western Africa. We had no idea that this, what we thought was a relatively simple design challenge, would lead to a group of undergraduate students going on to be one of the winning teams in a nationwide competition sponsored by USAID. This goes to show that when we pose a real-world challenge and we bring unusual talents together from different schools to work together to think about novel solutions to the problem, we don't know what those outcomes will be, but they can be pretty amazing. So as we launch the Rio Columbia Innovation Hub, I want all of you to become part of these unexpected outcomes that we do anticipate, but we don't know what they will be. So welcome to this new hub and being part of this. So thank you all for coming today.
Thank you very, very much for those words, Mary, and the inspiring leadership you're giving to Columbia's role in the Innovation Hub. I'd like now to turn to our next speaker. Just as citizens of any great city, Mayor Paes knows as well, including Rio, also New York, citizens like to complain about their leaders from time to time. So too, the community of a great university is, like Columbia, is not reluctant to let its leaders in the administration know that sometimes things could be better. But we in the Rio Global Center, and I would say in the mayor's office in Rio, we have no complaints whatsoever about the unstinting support given to every initiative of the Rio Global Center before it was conceived to every day since. The unstinting support we've received from Provost John Coatsworth. And I'd like Provost Coatsworth to address us now. Thank you, John.
Bonjour. When I came to Columbia University some years ago, possibly before most of you were born, the first thing I noticed about the campus was how grim everyone was, how miserable, how many complaints. People walked across the campus and didn't notice the great physical beauty, they just noticed what a dreadful place it was that they had come to. And I knew the solution. The solution was to bring more Brazilians to Columbia and send more of our students to Brazil. And now, nearly a decade later, if you walk across the campus, people are smiling. We don't yet have a samba club that I'm aware of, but I'm sure that will be coming. So it's great to see so many Brazilian students here, and to acknowledge the presence also of our two deans and from Trebat. And it's particularly a great honor and privilege for me to welcome Mayor Eduardo Paes from another world-class city, Rio de Janeiro, to Columbia University in the city of New York, another world-class city, and the collaboration that the two of us will undertake. Our cities have much in common, and there's much we can learn from each other, both from our strengths and from our challenges. When I first met Mayor Paes some years ago, we were in the process of imagining the creation of a global center for Columbia in Rio, and he played an absolutely decisive role in making sure that the project went forward. So I want to thank him on behalf of Columbia for the role that he has played, and particularly for the support which he's given to the Global Executive MPA program that SEPA has established and has now proved to be a resounding success. And to thank him also for his role in putting together and consulting with us about this new innovation hub that will be established with the leadership of the School of Engineering in Rio. When we first started talking about this, perhaps 5 years ago, the concept of what the mayor was clear about what he wanted to accomplish, and it took some time for us to find the appropriate mechanism for making it happen. But I think with the leadership of the School of Engineering, and with a good deal of help from SEPA, where urban affairs is an important topic of study and research, we've come to a point now where we're about to sign a memorandum of understanding which will cement a collaboration between the great city of Rio and Columbia University. The challenges that cities face today do not all fit nicely within disciplinary boundaries. One of the great strengths of Columbia is that with our 16 schools spread across a beautiful campus, we have the possibility of inspiring collaborations across disciplines and schools with the kinds of synergies and outcomes that, as Mary Boyce said, we know will be great, even if we cannot anticipate them with precision. The Rio Columbia University Innovation Hub will bring together faculty and students from across our university to join the city of Rio, as well as collaborators from Rio's academic institutions and industry, to develop solutions to real challenges. It's always gratifying when ideas generated in classrooms and technology created in laboratories can be deployed in the real world to improve the lives of people and the cities they live in. I look forward to this exciting collaboration and all of the possibilities that it opens for us and for the city, made possible by the work both of Mayor Paes and his staff and the School of Engineering and SEPA. So, Mr. Mayor, thank you very much for visiting today, and we look forward to working with you for years to come.
Very much, John Coatsworth, for those comments. And now we'll turn to our honored guest, and I would say introducing him and welcoming the platform. I'm proud to be a citizen of this beautiful and pulsating city, just one of 12 million in the metropolitan area of Rio, equally fortunate. I've been reading the newspapers every day to make sure there was no problem requiring the major's urgent attention. I'm sure there are many, but luckily none sufficient to dissuade him from coming. So I'm very fortunate, but I do see every day firsthand the small triumphs, but also the trials and tribulations that I know worry this mayor every minute of every day. There's really no rest in his job. He has been called in the New York Times, and I think very rightly so, the shepherd of Rio's Renaissance. And while that has a certain ring to it, being a shepherd means you must live among your flock. And that can be quite messy and a real challenge. But this mayor inspires us all the way he accomplishes his duty as a shepherd. Hopefully he's getting some respite today and over the next couple of days from his problems in Rio, and he can spend a few days with us here in New York, where all the urban challenges that surround us here are someone else's problem to worry about. Thank you very, very much, Mayor Paes, for being with us. I'd like you now please to address the audience. Thank you.
Before starting, I need to say, I'm completely amazed with the accent of Thomas. It's like, he's bombando, actually. And I became bolado with all you know. He completely became a carioca. It's not, he speaks perfect Portuguese, but it's special because with a carioca accent, so this is very special. I know there are many cariocas here, but I want to say it's a great honor to be here. I want to thank Dean Merritt, Dean Mary Boyce, Provost John Coatsworth, Thomas, all the staff of Columbia for this opportunity. I know that there's a big interest in Colombia about Brazil. As you said, there's so many people here, there are a bunch of Brazilian students, there's so many people here studying Brazil, looking at Brazil. Well, you might in the next 2 days explain me what's going on there. I hope you understand. It was just a joke, because I think Brazil is going through some turmoil, through some tense moments. But I'm very proud of my country. I think we achieved a lot in the last 30, 40 years. 30 years, I'd say. The country has become, the institutions are strong, democracy is consolidated, things are working. We see at this day so many corruption issues, but at least the institutions are working, and I think this is good news for the country. Obviously, we still have a long way to go. We are, like the Americans, like the US, a young nation. You guys probably did better than we did, but we're working hard to get there. So, first of all, I would like to thank Columbia University for welcoming us to celebrate the launch of this promising partnership. This is a significant step in the collaboration between Rio and Columbia University after we welcomed the Studio X and the Columbia Global Center in Rio. Innovation is what Columbia does best, and to promote that in Rio is a priority for me since the day we met. It was not like, I think it was 6 years ago. It was my first year in office. The creation of Innovation Hub in partnership with the Rio de Janeiro Federal University, which is a great university, will stimulate the development of applied sciences in the city. The hub will be a great addition to a flourishing cluster of research and technology. You've been to the university and you know how it is, how they flourish in the university campus. And to be a leader in knowledge economy, a city must nurture innovation, attract and retain talent. We live in the area of nanotechnologies, biotechnology, energy efficiency, and social networks. To be a global city, Rio needs to be connected to the state-of-the-art scientific research done in major institutions around the world, such as Columbia. Rio is also a fantastic laboratory and a center of creativity, a leader in Brazil in the audiovisual, media and entertainment industries. Our laboratories are a leader on the cutting-edge energy, oil and gas research, in spite of all the problems with Petrobras. This is a such a huge company that will obviously go through these bad moments that's been since last year. I mean, more than last year, but they came out last year. We host 4 of the top universities in Brazil, as well as many of the largest companies of the country. We're also increasing the development of innovation around the new economy. We have to be more resilient to face the economic downturn and improve our capacity to innovate and adapt. So beyond the events calendar which Rio has hosted, culminating with the Olympics next year, a renewed city is emerging. But I'll repeat here what I always say. Every time you meet a mayor, tell them don't do the World Cup and the Olympics at the same time. You're going to be in trouble. And new mobility, because you have the pressure. It's like being the mayor of New York. I used to tell that to Mayor Bloomberg. I said that to Mayor de Blasio now. I mean, it's like New York is such an international city that everyone feels like the mayor here is their mayor. So Brazilians come to New York, even as tourists, they complain about everything. So when you do the Olympics like that, it's like all the world is watching you and complaining about everything that happens in the city. And they say, what's going to happen in the Olympics? So it's crazy. But beyond the new mobility, upgraded infrastructure, booming tourism industry and events organization, expertise are the pillars of an inclusive, sustainable, and smarter Rio. The Janow, the Boyce, this hub will not only aggregate knowledge and excellence, but also stimulates business and benefits the Cariocas. So the community will learn and contribute to the science development. The creative environment will not only promote the engagement of engineers and scientists, but also motivate the researchers of the future to pursue new frontiers. I'm really excited to see the next steps for this partnership. I mean, I think we need to settle the date to get out of the MOU and go to a contract, because, I mean, there's a problem with our country, and this is something that's changing, and I'll finish my few words here, which is Brazilians, they're not very used to deadlines. This is one of the characteristics of our country. And this is one of the greatest legacies about the Olympics, is that, I mean, there's a certain deadline, there's a certain date that you need to get things ready. So this is an untangible legacy, but it's a great legacy. And so, I mean, the way we work with Colombia, I mean, Studio X, with the Global Center, I mean, with everything we built together. I think that was the mood of the Colombians, the people from New York that love Rio so much and want to get things done. So let's get working. I know that the innovation there will be more inspiring because of we live in the most beautiful and marvelous city in the world, which is Rio. Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here.